In this video, we'll talk about some guidelines and then some practical steps to take when you're assigning students your own lessons in Google Classroom. Let's walk through our distance learning lesson guidelines first. And we touched on these in the teacher expectations video, so if you haven't watched that, I'd encourage you to go back and do that. But I wanted to go through these one more time just to make sure we have consistent expectations as a district. So number one, each online lesson should take no longer than 25 minutes to complete. Remember, we're keeping in mind that some families have only a single device with multiple children, so limiting each lesson to that amount of time is trying to be considerate of what they may be facing at home. Number two, we're designing activities that do not require students to print hard copies of materials. We can't assume that students have access to a printer at home, so we're trying to design things that they can do on notebook paper or on separate sheets of paper. Number three, asynchronous learning is preferred over synchronous learning. For asynchronous learning, think about that like text messaging, where you can send a text and the other person doesn't have to respond at the same time. That's the same idea as posting a video for students to watch on their own time. That is asynchronous. Synchronous learning is more like a phone call, where both people have to be on the call at the same time. That would be like requiring a Zoom conference for all students to attend at a mandated time. We will not be doing mandated Zoom conferences because students may have, or families may have schedule conflicts. So we'll be focusing on asynchronous learning, where you can record a video or a screencast and post that in Google Classroom for students to watch on their own time. Number four, we're trying to limit the number of digital tools that students and parents are expected to use. Try to use tools with open-ended uses that you can use in multiple ways, like Classroom, Zoom, Loom for screen recording, quizzes for review. That's preferred over introducing tools that can only be used one way. If you're using videos, keep those to 3 to 5 minutes. If you use a tool like YouTube Trimmer, you can take just a section of a YouTube video and post that link in your Google Classroom. Give clear and concise directions in plain English and try to avoid jargon. When it's possible, provide a real-life connection where students can apply their learning at home. And to the extent possible, design age-appropriate lessons where a majority of the work can be completed independently by the student. We know that a lot of times it will require parent assistance, but as much as possible, try to make it so students can complete the work independently. With those guidelines in mind, let's look at how to create and assign your own assignments in Google Classroom. So I'm back in my Google Classroom. I'm going to go to the Classwork tab, and I'm going to click on Create and select Assignment. So remember, the district template that you're assigning for most classes has the priority and the supplemental lessons. You can have students replace the district supplemental lessons with your own activities during the week. So you may call this assignment Replacement for Reading Supplemental Lesson, and maybe you want them to replace Supplemental Lesson 3 with your own. So in your instructions, you may just say, do this assignment during the week of March 30th instead of Supplemental Lesson 3. Watch the video in the link in this assignment. So then from here, you can add media. So if you have a document in your Google Drive you want students to see or to work in, you can add that here. You can add a link to a website. You can just copy and paste that here, and then students will be taken directly to that site. You can link a file from your computer. So if you wanted to upload a PDF of a passage for them to read, you could do that here. Or you can directly insert a YouTube video into this assignment. And you can add multiple items, multiple media to your assignment. So once you've added your own supplemental assignment, then you can come over here and select a due date, place it under a topic, and then when you're ready, just click Assign. So now students will see the district template in your Google Classroom, and they'll see this replacement lesson that you've given for them for the reading supplemental lesson. So when it comes to creating your own assignments, just remember to follow those district lesson guidelines and you can replace supplemental lessons in the district template with your own activities.